What is up, guys? Got a review for you. Let's get into it. All right, we're looking at a knife from a maker that I've had a little experience with, not a lot, so I'm very anxious to see what they got going on for them. So what are we looking at? We're looking at the Real Steel Pathfinder. Really glad I'm able to check this out. I'm not as familiar with Real Steel, so I wanted to check this one out. It's definitely a big boy, so let's get some knives out here for some size comparisons. We'll check out the profile and give the weight a go, and then we'll jump into it. All right, here's a couple of full-size folders. We got the Manix 2 lightweight on the top. We got the Spyderco Para 3 lightweight on the bottom, and you can see the Pathfinder's no joke. This is a full-sized carry. A couple more size comparisons for you. We have the Vosteed and Kilo up top, again a full-size carry, and the Vosteed Hedgehog on the bottom, small carry. And you can see, again, just in this comparison, it's bigger than both, definitely full size. Let's get those profile comparisons done. All right, folded up, you can see the Real Steel is longer than both, so it is going to carry deeper into the pocket, especially because that deep carry clip is ultra deep carry. It's going to let you tuck that whole knife into the pocket. It is going to be the most slender, so if you carry other gear in your knife pocket or you don't, that may or may not affect you. But how about the thickness against these two so that you can get a sense of what it's going to feel like in hand? So those full steel liners, that contoured G10 scale on the top there, giving that real steel a little bit more girth. How's it compare against the Vosteed and Kilo? Now these are going to be more comparable. I would probably just call those even. They're really close. Now this does feel like it's got some weight to it, guys. Let's grab the scale and check it real quick. All right, let's see what we got here. Coming in, is it 5? Is it 4.9? Which one is it? So it looks like 4.9. They just squeaked it in under 5 ounces. Let's take it down to the garage, do a little bit of cutting, and come right back. All right, we got the Pathfinder out here, guys. Let's see what Real Steel's factory edge is like. Very nice factory edge for sure. It is a pass around, so I can't do but so much cutting with it. Let's see, good bite. Man, it moves through the cardboard pretty well. I mean, I do feel some resistance because it does feel like it's a slightly thicker blade stock. But it feels pretty good moving through there. 14C 28N, not a super edge retention monster, but a little bit of cutting like that is going to be just fine, guys. Okay, there you go. There's your cutting. Not bad, right? What I can tell you about the ergos is this is very comfortable. The Contour G10, it's very well chamfered. It's shadow boxed to this backspacer here, but they're pretty flush to the liners. So the only thing that you're really kind of feeling is just where it's cut underneath of the steel, and that's really about it. The pocket clip pokes a little bit, but it's not a hot spot. It's just kind of letting you know that it's there, giving you a little bit of a heads up, but nothing too serious going on there. I do like the purchase on this one. You can see I'm able to move back if I want. I can move up. I can spread my fingers out. I can trigger pull. I can go into the Gorilla Grip. Just a lot of space on here to move around. Does feel very well constructed. It feels very strong in the hand. I like that full length G10 backspacer. It does have that crown spine on it as well to keep it comfortable in hand. Nice to keep that completely sealed up and closed, that you're not seeing down into there. You're not seeing the blade's edge or anything like that. I think it's a nice touch. Could they have shaved a little bit of weight by going smaller? They could have, but I like this. It wraps all the way around with that contoured crown spine, not contoured, crown spine here going around the edge. So when you do close this one up, you're not getting to that edge, and that allows them to take that all the way to just where that backspacer stops. I like the jimping. It's very well done, very grippy. I feel like I'm locked in, and then it does have a little bit more jimping down here, so if you need to pinch grip, if you want to control out on the tip and you don't want to puncture too deep into the package that you might be using to get open, this is going to work really well. It's got a medium geometry, just enough to be dangerous as far as sliciness goes, but more robust, more suited, in my opinion, for for hard use, heavy duty tasks. It's got a nice black wash. They did a good job with that. The branding, I'm not a huge fan of. I never really like it when it's actually on the blade itself or on the grind itself. I would have liked it a little bit smaller and tucked up here somewhere if they could have. And then, that's pretty faded as far as that logo is concerned. Doesn't bother me too much. The 14C28N and the additional information here doesn't bother me either. I really like these crossbar lock studs, guys. They're really, really comfortable to use. The detent on here feels nice, and this feels like it's a washer knife. I tried looking it up. I couldn't find any information on it anywhere, but the fact that it's kind of moving like that while having just a hint of that washer type play in the pivot makes me believe that this is definitely a washer based knife, which is going to be good if you're using this as a bushcraft, hard use camper type knife, or just, if you like them big with washers. It's going to be less susceptible to dirt and debris, which is a great thing. My main complaint on here is just going to be the fact that the thumb studs are really small and they're a little pokey to deploy, especially considering they did a good job making sure that crossbar lock feels stout. It's satisfying to deploy. It feels quite snappy, but I think if they could have made them just a little bit bigger, maybe something like what you see here on the Hedgehog, I would have liked that. You could have notched it out a little bit just to make that fit, because these are very comfortable. They take a lot of the pressure that's in that small thumb stud and they spread it out over the thumb there, so it's not as bad as far as deploying. Now, if you're not fidgeting with your knife, that's not going to be a big factor. This knife is coming in at $70 at the time of this video. I will link it for you over on Amazon, so it should come to you guys super quick. Not bad value. Now, alternatively, I would probably say the Escort and the Drop Bear, depending if you want to go almost as large or a lot smaller for your EDC. Their clutch lock is really amazing, and it's going to be very competitively priced, and it'll have 154 cm, which I personally prefer over 14C28N, but 14C28N is a good steel. It is going to be easy to maintain. You're just going to want to strop it after each use, not like getting into your boxes, but if you're breaking down a box or doing any medium amount of cutting, I would say medium to heavy, you're just going to want to strap it up after each use to keep it hair popping sharp. Now, is that saying it's not going to cut stuff if you don't do it? No, it'll definitely continue to cut. It's just not going to have a fine edge to it. So that may or may not matter to you. That is totally up to you guys. But let me know what you think about the Real Steel Pathfinder. I'm very interested in checking out some more knives from Real Steel. It seems like their build quality is really well done, and they're priced fairly competitively. I would say compared to Kaiser and Civivi and even Vosti, they're competitive with their pricing for sure. Thanks for watching to this point of the video. It does help the algorithm, so thank you for that. If you enjoyed it, do me a favor and hit that like on your way out, and don't forget to comment and let me know what you thought about this one, and do you have it or any other Real Steel knife? Sound off in the comments and let me know about it. I hope all of you have a fantastic week, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.